in 2005. This is Jadakiss and Styles, and this is them talking to Angie Martinez. Now, by this point, they had already done the Let the Lox Go campaign. The Let the Lox Go campaign was basically a street campaign. You know, the Lox have always been beloved in the streets, beloved in the hood. They wanted out of the shiny suits. They wanted off Bad Boy Records. They wanted to go home to Rough Riders, where they came from. And Diddy wasn't going to let them go. The people raised enough hell that eventually they got a deal. They paid. They had to pay to get out. But they got out. Now after they're out, they're still frustrated that Diddy got their publishing. So they aired it out live on Angie Martinez. Diddy called in. This turned into a whole week of craziness. Let's check it out.
There's some tickets to hang out with us up in the Bronx. We got casting live. Me, Flex, Dipset. Here today, if you're just tuning in. You didn't really give an announcement. You didn't really tell people what it was. And we've been getting wind of it from other places, but you didn't officially give me what the word is. Do you want to do that? Tell me what exactly.
Go ahead, SP.
Come on, SP. Give me exactly what the word is, man.
It's only half a word now. See, because we went and had it's half of the business done. The word was we ain't trying to work till we fix, we get what we do. That was the word. And that's on.
Go ahead.
And from when we was here, we got half of it fixed from just being here. The phone started ringing, you know, we got on the plane, we went and sat down and met. And, you know,
what got you to that point in the first place?
Slavery, Ange. I don't know what better way to put it to you. Like, it's like if you was coming to this job every day, right? Mm-hmm. And you putting in your hours, you know, you did what you did to make yourself the voice in New York. And I'm in the cut somewhere taking half of your money for what you do, like.
That's the label? Taking half of your money?
No, that's not the label. That's
publishing. That's Puffy.
That's publishing. You know what I mean? So it gets tiring after a while. Like if Kiss makes a hit, the Lox make a hit.
How does this work?
So Styles make a hit.
When you got signed to Bad Boy in the first place, you sold your publishing to Puff, right?
Now, this is what happens when you young and black and coming off the street and coming from high school or whatever.
You just want to get out. You just want to get out. They wave a contract in your face. It's mad words you ain't never read before. You don't understand what they mean. A word like in perpetuity, you can ask that question, but there's a million other words you got to deal with. You just want out. You see that number. They're going to give me this 80 grand. They're going to give me this 120 grand. When you worth 10 million.
Wherever you coming from, you don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And these lawyers, you got to charge some of it to the lawyers, too.
Definitely.
You know,
you got to charge some of it to your own lawyers. That's another mistake. Artists, don't go into no situation with nobody where you get in there with them and they're like, I got a lawyer for you. Now you're using their lawyer. No. Most of these record labels, they hook you up with your lawyer. Now that lawyer is looking out for the label's best interest. You think he your lawyer, but he working for them. With their lawyer. It's like, come on, man.
You're getting that situation.
You got to charge yourself first and foremost for putting your John Hancock on the paper. But then, like, after a few years and after 10 years and 12 years, and you become of age and have kids and have a life ahead of you. Nobody never took nothing from me. Like, it's hard for me to look at Diddy. It's hard to go, like, to be phony about it and pull him out.
It's hard to not feel like, like somebody trying to gangster you. They trying to son you. They hug you, let's go to the dinners, the bottles, all of this, but you garnishing my check. You garnishing my money every month.
Out on stage at the Hova concert and do the Benjamins, and it's hard. Like, it's not.
Have you talked to him about
millions of dollars? This is my life. It's worth dying. It's worth killing over. Like, serious.
That's what people don't understand.
Don't say, Jada, you bugging. Or it's worth really killing. Like,
what do you think? Is Jada bugging? Is Jada bugging? But that's how it be, though. You think about what you could do with that bread. You know you did the work. And the way a record executive will tell it to you is like, I invested in you, I should get this. But ain't there a place that you get this? Somewhere you get your money. This creative side's mine. Do the business side, get your money. But they'll take your creative side too, man. They'll take it. Now they take everything. Now they 360 you to death. You know? And there's arguments for it on both sides. Recently, Vince Staples and Joe Budden had an argument about that. Vince Staples, Joe's stance is 360 deals are shit. Vince Staples like, yeah, 360, but you breaking them a piece because it used to be the artist used to go get his performance money and that money was his. You go do a movie, that money's you. Now they want a piece of everything you do. That's a 360 deal. But Vince Staples' thought on it was, yeah, I'm giving them this percentage of my performance, but they're also supporting me with marketing dollars behind it too. So there's a benefit in that. But at this time, when this was happening with the Lox and them, it's like these executives like Puff, they had it done to him. I'm sure Andre Harrell got paid for a whole lot of Puffy's work. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes on and on and on. Back in history to people just getting screwed over and it's become part of the game. So even those who've been victim of it, they victimize others by doing that shit too. And then they're surprised when you put the strong arm on them.
Sit down, think about it, pull it all on the table. It's really worth doing it over. Like some things ain't worth it. That's one of the things that's worth it. So me personally, I can't sleep sometimes. Like I lose sleep. Like I be ready to just black out. Like
how long have you been? Have you had the conversations with Puff about trying to buy it back?
He's so much of a gangster with the paperwork. He'll tell you one thing, and then he'll tell his lawyer or people that represents him something else.
And then it never happens. And this is amazing. I mean,
and you've been trying to do this for years?
For years, Ange. We on our, we've been quiet and all that. We on our 7th or 8th lawyer for this.
No security guard can stop.
How much money are we talking? How much money are we talking?
And they got to pay for those lawyers. And they ain't got their publishing money to do it with.
Okay.
Off a skyscraper.
We
stainless steel, the double door joints.
We talking
Jada bogus for throwing refrigerators off skyscrapers. I mean, that's how you feel, man. You got a weight on you that feels like a steel refrigerator, and you want to drop it on dude because dude's eating good. And you built his company. Not built his company, but you was a brick in it. You was a brick in the original structure.
No security.
I couldn't even tell you.
I mean, estimated you couldn't.
A couple mil.
A couple million?
I would say a couple mil.
I can't even say. I'm not even sure.
We paid a couple mil to get out. We paid almost $3 million to get out.
To get off Bad Boy.
Yeah, we had no $1 million budget. We did one album there, Inch. We did one album. We did Money, Power, Respect there.
This ain't for albums.
And that's another thing. How much work did the artist put in? How much investment did Bad Boy put in that they get to own you forever now? You did one album with him, you bounced. At what point it's like, yo, I did one album with you, I'm tethered to you forever. Most people get out of a job or get away from a company, they're done with that company, they don't break them off a piece of their check. And that's what they're talking about here. Like, I did one album with you. You could say you supported us, you blew us up, but we also wrote for you. We did this, that, and the other, and we don't get paid for it. I dropped this refrigerator on your dome.
This is for life.
This is for life, too. This
is why it's worth killing. It ain't like
when this contract's up.
So if for the rest of your life, if you make a song, you have the way it stands, he gets money no matter what?
If we make a Give It To Me or in the club, he's going to make more off that than we are.
And people don't understand.
That's worth throwing it all out the window.
That's worth saying, wake up saying, yo, I'm tired of this, man. I'm literally tired of this. Like, people, yo, it's a hit. And people, people been calling us since, like, you guys can't do this. And, it looks like a gimmick and it looks like a game. And it this is our life. Like, this ain't no joke. Like, From when we came in the door,
it's worth killing. It's
Yeah.
worth throwing it out the window.
When we came in the door, we ain't no greedy dudes. If you know us, Ange, anybody who know us, we hard workers, we chilling, we humble, we the streets like. But we ain't trying to go rob nobody for nothing or say, yo, hit us with something. But yo, dog, we made one album with you. Years ago, we came in the game. We paid $3 million to get off. Close to $3 million.
I gotta pay him $300,000.
You made, Lord knows what you made off the Benjamins.
Every time I put out a solo album, he gotta get an advance of $300,000.
What kind of?
That's crazy.
How
That's
do
what
you
the
get
people don't see. Like, and to me, it's like, yo, come on, dog.
That's crazy. I'm off your label. I'm on my own. I'm making my own music, and I gotta break you off $300,000 to make a solo album. Sheesh. Cause you gave me a shot. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's crazy. Some would say, yeah, I gave you the shot. I gave you your life. Others would say, it's worth everything for me to get my life back from you.
You on MTV, VH1, $1 million parties, Sean John, Justin's, this and that. We did one album with you, dog. You Benjamins, Lord, No Way Out from the Benjamins sold something crazy. You made something crazy. You made your money back off of that. And when we came in the door, our advance was between the three of us was like 100 G's. And you charged us $3 million to let go. And you had our publishing for half for 10 years now. And we've been trying to, we've been quiet. You know.
So some dudes come to your label. You give them 100 stacks. They split it 3 ways. They write some of your biggest hits. They support you in your label and your solo endeavors. Tour with you. They throw on the shiny suit. So now that $100,000 investment that you made them split between the 3 of them, you 10-fold, 20-fold, 100-fold on it, you know? It's pressure. They was under pressure.
You know, people be like, y'all wild or y'all
But behind the scenes, you've been dealing with this for a long time?
We're on our 7th lawyer.
Is that Puffy on 11? Puffy's on 11. You want to talk to him?
Hell yeah.
Okay, can...
Puffy is on 11. Want to talk to him?
Let's just go live.
Let's go.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey.
What's up?
What's up?
I mean,
Hey, yo, check this out, man. The last time y'all did this, man, y'all did the whole campaign, Let the Lox Go and all that. Y'all ain't want to be down with Bad Boy, so we let y'all go. Y'all want to be down with us, we let y'all go, we keep it moving. But to get on there and portray like somebody got to go and steal and rob and be shysting y'all, that ain't really correct, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm at my office right now. I'm always accessible. Y'all ain't got to get on the radio and do certain tactics and do certain things to ever holler at me. Diddy Kiss, last time I saw you, I told you, let's get together, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? I told you I'm accessible. I said if anything don't come, if there's somebody standing in the way for you expressing yourself, or any of y'all expressing yourself, y'all can come get at me directly. You know what I'm saying? All that on the refrigerator and you gonna kill, y'all ain't killing nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? We businessmen. We all mature adults here. All that, right?
Gotta give it to Puff. Puff goes and handles it right away. He gets involved. He gets in the dirt right away.
There, I'm at my...
Well, not right away because, like they're about to explain, getting to him, getting through 100 lawyers, it's hard to talk to the man.
My office, y'all can sit on this
You got to threaten to throw a refrigerator on him for him to come out and discuss money with you.
interview with her, talk as long as y'all want to talk about it. Or you can take the invitation I gave you before. But it's not even getting there because of your get on the radio, whatever tactics. I ain't your enemy.
Dog, we just
you need to bang like that on cats that's coming at you. I ain't your enemy.
Just yesterday we got a note from your office saying you don't have no idea of none of this or none of nothing.
Just yesterday, your lawyer told us that.
I see you at the show backstage. You said find out what it was.
But don't sit here and portray like Puff took nothing from y'all.
What is it? What is it? What do you call it?
If it's 10 years,
what do you call it? And don't say we can come to your office or do none of that, because we can't do none of that.
You gonna
We
let me
can't
talk?
handle it no other way
What
but
you say?
with lawyers, and you know that. So don't get on the radio and act like a tough guy or none of that.
Wait, you know how we can settle
You
it?
acting
I'm
tough.
in my office. So why don't we stop talking on the radio?
Now, you
I'm
want
not-
people
I'm
to
not
stop
gonna go
talking
back
because
and
you just don't want to
forth.
know the
I don't
truth,
play
dog.
like that,
We
man.
made one record with you. Money,
care.
Power, Respect. It's 10 years later, and you still got half of our publishing.
And
Now,
if-
there's
and if
no
you
way
ever
you can
wanted
make
to
it
handle some business,
justifiable
tell my man, I
that
see
you
all
should
the
you
time.
you deserve
saying
half
that.
of our
You never say
publishing.
nothing to my face. We just at the concert. You ain't saying nothing.
What are we gonna do? Saying it
But
to your
you just
face?
told-
Get sued? What do you want us to
didn't say none of
do?
this.
We can't touch. It's not. We can't be
Can I
violent
just-
or
one
none of
quick-
that.
Now,
We can't even
you
have.
saying all this, dog? 2 years ago, Levels in Miami.
You know what I'm gonna do?
You saying this for
Let's
nothing,
real
man.
recognize real. Y'all know where the office is at. There's a big sign on it. I'm
Well,
gonna be
you
there.
ain't
The whole
Y'all can sit
National
and watch
Guard's
all you want.
downstairs,
I'm at the
too.
office,
Cut it out, man.
I ain't
We
gonna
can't
get caught
talk.
up in this. I'm a grown ass man, man.
You're a
And I
coward.
don't take nothing.
You're a thief,
You're a
Puff.
coward.
Don't say you're a thief.
Okay.
You're a
Come to
thief.
the office, man. Come to the office so we can straighten it out there.
Yo,
You say you a coward. You a thief. Sheesh.
how we just 3 guys you don't
Yo,
even
yo,
mess with. You had your Ace
I
Boom
ain't got nothing
Tools
to say.
publishing.
You call me whatever you.
And there it is. Why does he still have Biggie's publishing? Biggie been dead how long? What could his kids have benefited from that publishing? You know? How much of Diddy's empire was that publishing worth that he held it for all those years? Them kids grown and married and shit.
You won't let his publishing
I'm at the
go.
office.
You're a
You
coward.
won't let your man's publishing
We're gonna
go.
argue in front of New York. That's the way you want
Do
to
you own your man's publishing,
Nobody
dog?
did nothing to y'all, man.
Do you own your
And
man's
whoever
publishing?
New York could believe it or whatever. I don't
Do
really
you
care,
own your
man.
man's
I know
publishing?
that I can sleep good at night because I ain't never
You
did nothing to
can't-
y'all. And if y'all ever want
Dog, you had a whole bunch of artists that
I don't like
I'm here.
ugly, Puffy.
That's it.
Dog, you had a bunch of artists whose careers never went
Hey, yo,
right with
dog.
you, dog.
Hey, yo,
Be for real, dog.
I'm
Look
not
at the
gonna
list.
insult You, but
Look at your list.
We don't want to be
You
violent.
the artist that did best for yourself. Look at your list, dog. Look at all the artists you dealt with. Look at the situation they dealt with.
You know what
12 not happy with you gone. Faith not happy with you gone. We not happy with you gone. They not happy with
Wow,
you
wow,
gone.
wow. All right,
Big
he hung
Daddy.
up. He's gone. He's gone. He's finished.
Shine jail. He says that, but what do you mean you ain't a thief or robbing? Dog, it's 10 years. We made one album with you. You got half of our publishing. Don't try to make it. Don't try to get on this phone with you a tough guy, because all you do is direct us to the lawyers. And you said that we had a face-to-face with this man in Miami, Levels, 2 summers ago. You know what he said? Yo, dog, y'all been through a lot. I know that. I know y'all felt it never went right with me. I feel like I got wrongs to right. This is what he said out of his mouth. This is what he said out of his mouth. You the one who came back coming to see if we want to get signed and do all that again. We want our publishing, dog, and we got a right to that. It's been years now. Years you had our stuff. Nobody, pardon us. Pardon him, he was wrong for threatening you or your life over the radio or whatever. But that's frustration.
He didn't threaten. Let's just clear. He didn't
Nah, but that's
threaten.
being
He said it's
threatened.
worth.
Yeah, it's been.
He
It's,
threatened him
you
at
right,
all.
pardon me. You right. He
I
didn't
wanna
threaten
kill
you.
that man.
But it is worth it. He don't understand that because you just been robbing people for years, and people could look at it. And you could look at what he said. Then you look at us, and you look at his catalog of artists he had, and you sit back and do the homework yourself.
And keep in mind, this argument is almost 20 years ago, and they just now getting they publishing. But again, he's not bound to give nobody their publishing. It's not his business to give up their publishing. Other CEOs are not going to give up the publishing. They're not going to get it back.
You go home, forget what we said, forget we the streets, we the locks. This how we voice our opinion, and this is how we voice our opinion, because we ain't corporate, we ain't industry, so we gotta let the streets know that. This is how we voice our opinion through the airwaves, through the mixtapes, through songs. We can't voice our opinion through lawyers and go. You've seen what we gotta do to have a meeting, Ange.
Right.
So let's be for real when it comes to the corporate side. Don't try to confuse the listeners in the streets to think it's that simple, because he's gonna give you the running around like he been for the past 10 years. We've been trying to get our publishing the past 10 years, so don't try to act like we bugging out of nowhere. We've been through 7 lawyers and all kind of things. So, but be for real, we did one album with you.
Well, can I just ask you? I'm sorry.
I'm worked up.
I know you are. No, I know you are. But let's just say this. Let's just say this. At this point, the way this whole day and this whole thing has happened, it might have been. It's too bad that it had to take this long and come to this point to get him on the phone. But he got on the phone, and it's obviously a public.
Still trying to butter it up.
I know he's okay. But let's just say. But now it's a public argument, and you know whether you believe
nothing's gonna happen.
No. Whether you believe he'll have the meeting or not, he said he would.
For those that don't know, they still exist. Hip Hop Police was a big thing around that time. 2003 to 2002, 2003 to about. I mean, they're still around. They were on rappers. They was just watching rappers, waiting for rappers to make a mistake. So Jada cleared it up. To the Hip Hop Police, I'm not gonna drop a refrigerator on his head.
And I mean, would you at that point, let's say, would you sit down, would you have a meeting, and if this was resolved, would you then be able to continue? Is it just this alone? Well, that's two parts. Number one, would you sit down? He said on the radio he would sit down. I know it took a long time. I know it's on the radio.
No problem sitting down. It's not us that don't want it. It's not.
We've been trying to sit down forever. This is what nobody realized.
But now it's public.
Yeah, we want to sit down.
He cared, or he was, it got to the point where he felt he needed to call up and discuss it.
It got to the point because when you tell people the truth, because most of
because it was public relations for him. It got to the point where he had to call in and put a stop to it. They're making him sound like a thief, like they want to drop a fridge on his head. That's public relations for him. So is this a public relations stunt, giving everybody back? I'm telling you, it's working. It's working. The people that are watching Good Morning Seattle are not listening to Mark Curry or me on the internet. Facts.
Hip hop, 90% of hip hop is fake people, and people coming on air being fake to you. And probably it's 80% of the artists in the same situation we in, but they sit up here to you front so much, and I'm this and that, I got this and that, I got this and that. If you didn't do them big numbers, I know exactly what you got. If you came in the 90s like we came in, unless it was spectacular, you sitting there fronting because you don't want the people to know how it's going down. Now we all right, we made money off of our hard-earned grinding. This is what people need to understand.
Gotta give that to the Lox, man. They never called it quits. They never said die. Them dudes kept themselves active. Just blue collar MC shit. Real talk. And made millions out of it. So salutes to the Lox for that.
When you see us in the street in the nice trucks, the Rangers, the Benzes, whatever vehicles we in, when we copped our houses, when we did all of that, we did that off a hard-earned side artist, grinding, mixtape hustle. I get a verse for you here, I write this here for you on the low. This man is making tons of money off of us for no apparent reason. No reason at all.
Okay,
I can't wait to sit down and talk.
I want to play a song because I want this to calm down a little bit so we could, I know you worked.
Play the Benjamins. He killed it off of that. You just ought to play that.
You want to play the
That's
Benjamins
it.
for real?
Play that and think about the check you made off of that dog.
Now, let's talk about that check. Let's talk about that Benjamin's check. For those that don't know, when that song came out, that song was on the radio, constant, on repeat. That's when these guys would have benefited from their publishing. That's where they would have peak benefited from their publishing. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't know the publishing deal that they made. When Nori's early songs was making it on the radio, that's when he needed his publishing.
Then play the rock and roll version.
I don't think we have the rock and roll.
Then play the Jamaican version.
We're obviously deviating from the count.
So there it is. So this whole publishing battle's been going on a long time. But again, there's two sides to every story. And let's see what Diddy had to say about it on the next episode.